I'm not a very good revenue manager. No one hears about this. You understand consumer surplus now? You got it? Everyone got it? So, it's the difference in the amount the buyer would be willing to pay and what you charge them. Simple as that. What they get to keep in their pocket. Now, they're happy customers and they'll write you really great reviews. But you, as a revenue manager, do you really want great reviews? No, you want money. You want as much money as you can. Now, you still want to write good reviews, but I still want to money. Yes, ma'am.
So, if we did it the whole differentiated price where you're given C what they want and B what they want, the 500 is going to stay the same. Is that going to change the lines on tablet?
Probably.
Or is that different?
Again, line, this is a very simplified version, but basically what's going to happen is that, well, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. It's not. So how do we do this? Again, in the old days, we used to set one price out there for every hotel room, and that was it. Right? Revenue management charges different prices. That's how we do it. So, how do we keep people from getting those really low rates that are supposed to pay really high rates? We put fences around it. These are called price fences. And you're familiar with these all the time. Give me a price fence. Huh?
Government rate?
Government rate. What's the fence? Yeah, yes, you're right. What's the fence? You have to have a government ID which says you're a member of the government. You definitely would put the government rate in that seat because the government, not only are they cheap, but they book more rooms than anybody in the world. The U.S. government produces more hotel rooms than any other entity in the world. So what do we know about the law of supply and demand? If you buy a lot of something, what happens to the price? It goes way down. So that's one price fence. You would say, I'll give you a $90 rate. Let's go back. I'll give you a $90 rate, but you have to have a government ID. You might even say you have to have government travel orders proving that you're on government business. You're not just, a Department of Commerce person going to the Ritz-Carlton for the weekend. Right? That's a price fence. Do you think these people in B are going to be carrying government IDs? Probably not. These people are probably not going to be. I use my government ID all the time. I call and say, do you have a government rate? Yes, are you a state employee? Yes, I am. Work for the University of South Carolina. I'm a state employee. Yes, your rate, $80. I'll take it. That's a price fence. Excellent. Give me another price fence.
A loyalty number?
You would pick the hardest one. Hold on to that. Theoretically, yes, but practically and theoretically, no. And I'm going to tell you why. I'll just tell you what. They're probably your biggest, most loyal customers. Do you really want to be giving them discounts?
It depends. Yeah.
Hold on, you're not wrong, but I have an alternative solution and a reason why. So hold on to that question, okay? So let me get through price fences first, and then I'm going to give you the magic answer to that question. AAA. Who's a member of AAA here? Why you remember?
I don't know what you're saying.
In case your car breaks down. But you should always ask for the AAA rate. What's the traditional discount off a AAA rate? 10%. Now, again, you're supposed to present your AAA card when you check in. What percentage of AAA rates do you ask to see their card? You be truthful now, no one.
Not
must-
enough.
I did when I was a revenue manager, I did a survey. None.
And that's actually, that's very true, because generally, if somebody pulls out their AAA card, they pull it out. I didn't ask for it.
Now,
Sometimes.
I just did something with, I'm looking at Lausanne, Switzerland, and Marriott, and I asked for the AAA rate, and they said, before you get the AAA rate, we need your AAA number. So Marriott's gotten, they're getting really smart, and they're figuring out, there's probably, half the people asking for a AAA rate aren't haven't paid up their AAA. I used to get AAA rates all the time, and I wasn't a AAA rate for a while. So, if you're a revenue manager, the first thing you do, walk down the front desk and say, if I catch anybody not checking AAA, you're fired. You can automatically start getting 10% more revenue, yes.
Did you count, like corporate rates and,
Absolutely I would.
because I know that's under your group,
Absolutely I group, all of those things have.
check those.
Fence is saying, the other name for a fence is a qualified rate. You have to qualify somehow. It could be as hard as having a government ID, which is literally getting a job to get that rate, to
Senior discount?
senior discount. We used to have called the Are You Breathing discount. You walk in, what's the rate? 100. Oh, well, sir, you appear to be alive and breathing. We have a breathing rate of $90. I was like, oh, I'll take that. I'm kidding, but you see what I'm saying. If you're desperate, you find any seriously, those of you who work the front desk, if you've got plenty of rooms to sell, you find a discount. I remember AAA. Are you a senior citizen? Are you breathing? Congratulations, you got our warm body rate. Make sense? Qualified discounts are price fences. And so what that does is saying, you got to work a little bit harder to get that rate. The people that are willing to pay more than $150, they're not asking for discounts. Right? But the people that are paying less than $150 are asking for discounts. So market mix, right? Is this sounding familiar with RevSim now? Market mix, qualified discount, all those things. They're lesser rates. But if you've got empty rooms, put them in there as long as you're meeting your total cost. Make sense? Rate, for instance. It's as simple as that. Find a reason, find a discount. Make it a legitimate discount. I'm kidding about the breathing discount. But set AAA rates up there. Don't offer that rate out there. Make them find it. Make them ask for it. Make them qualify for it. But when they do, gladly take their business when you're going to be. If you're going to have empty rooms, take their business. If you're going to fill at $150 or more, what can you do to those qualified discounts? Huh? Turn them off. Do you take government rates? Yes, we do. Over this date? No, sorry. The government rate is not available over that time period. You can turn qualified discounts off. You can turn AAA off. You can set your fences so high, no one can get over them. But if you're going to have empty rooms, set your fences low. Does everyone understand that visual concept? Low rates are in that little area there. You put fences around it. And if you're not going to fill, then you want to make the fences easier to get over. If you're going to fill with high-rated business, you build the fences so high, no qualified discount can get over it. So what happens when you do that? What's the practical consideration? Who do you get? You get C. How much do you get? Almost all of it. How much do you want? If you've got 0 room, if you've got, a handful of rooms, maybe you only want this much. Got a lot of rooms, maybe you want that much. Make sense? Does that answer half your question? But the other half of the question is sitting out there, which is, how do you already got these people, how do you get more money from these people? It's not, huh?
Can you kind of try to establish who those guests are?
Oh, yes, you absolutely can. You probably have a pretty good idea. Someone, you work front desk, right? Someone walks in and they got, you know, I don't know if a fur coat, a little dog, and diamond ring. You're gonna ask them if they want the AAA rate?
No.
What are you gonna ask them? They walk, oh, like a room.
What kind of room do you want?
Aren't you like, no, upgrade them?
You said what?
Or
You get
upsell.
it right.
Upsell. Yeah, upsell.
Don't, I don't disagree with you, but don't even upsell. Start high. Oh, the presidential suite's available tonight for $1,500.
Then just give them a rack rate.
Oh, that would be lovely. Just, I'll have Jeeves take my bags up to the presidential suite. Sure, here's my Platinum American Express. Now, I engage in hyperbole. No, they're not going to walk in with a fur coat and a little dog. But, who might you say, that person's probably not that concerned about the rate. Let's try a rack rate.
Loyalty.
Like apples on that side floor and the front salad floor.
Yeah,
Business is
I mean,
good.
let's back up a second.
Oh, yeah.
Business travel.
Yes! Do business travelers really care what the rate is? Why? They're not paying for it.
Well,
In
some-
fact, I can remember if I was pissed off at the company for making me travel that week, I would have thought, hey, that rate's not high enough. Give me a higher rate. Upgrade me to the presidential suite. Company's paying for it.
But that's not always.
Some they
because
put,
sometimes
like-
they have a.
Yeah,
most-
Or something.
Yes, but the rule, and I'm two different people when I travel. I'm Scott Smith when I'm paying for my own room. I'm like clipping coupons. Well, do you have AAA rate? Well, do you have government rate? You have AAA plus government rate. You know, I want the cheapest rate because where's the money coming from? Out of my pocket. If I'm traveling on a university, you think I'm this cheap? Oh, probably should turn this on. This will be my trial.
That tenure was nice while it lasted.
Yes, I'm tenured, yes. No. I'm still thrifty by nature, and I'm still going to try to get the best room rate that I can, but am I going to fight tooth and nail like I do if it's coming out of my own pocket?
No.
So, they're not quite the fur-wearing, little dog-carrying people, but when a business traveler comes in, obviously a business traveler, don't ask them if they're a member of AAA. Don't ask them if they want, this discount rate. Say our best available rate is $200. Have fun here. Right? Okay. What else?
Special events.
Yeah, special events are kind of the category of their own. Let's say Scott Smith, who's not traveling on university business, paying out of his own pocket. Would I be willing to pay $200 for something?
Yes. If the conditions are met.
If the conditions are met. What conditions might interest Scott Smith?
Maybe, are you looking for a spa and they have a spa? Do they have a free breakfast room already? Are you looking for that?
Keep going.
Do they
You're
have a parking lot? Are you looking for a free parking lot?
Did you just drive 14 hours straight?
I'm still
Super
stuck with
tired?
$100 small.
Yeah, me
How about, for $50 more, we can upgrade you to a one-bedroom suite. Yeah, for $50 more, I can stretch out a little bit. I got, mom and dad. I tell you what, guys. I sold the best, when I was a sales manager, I sold the best brand in the world. Everybody know what the best hotel brand in the world to sell is? Embassy Suites. It was an easy sell. Because I was always $25. And here's how I did it. I'm going to Thomas. Thomas, check. Our rate's $175 a night. And you say, well, I just checked the Marriott rates. $50 or $150 a night. They're $25 cheap. I said, oh, okay. Stick with me for a minute. Did you know at Embassy Suites, you get an honest-to-God 2-bedroom suite? If you're traveling with kids, or you need a place to work, or whatever, it's not, you don't work in your hotel room, you work in the living room portion of your suite. Is that worth anything to you?
Yeah. On business, yeah.
How much are worth to you?
The 25 probably, yeah.
No, you're too easy, you're too easy. Say $5. $10, okay. Did you know, in the morning, when you get up, all Embassy Suites has a full cooked to-order breakfast, not one of these little buffet bars with biscuits and bananas. This is omelets cooked to order. This is pancakes and waffles cooked to order. All your breakfast needs. It's a full buffet breakfast, all you can eat. How much is that worth to you? It's all included in the rate.
At least 15, I'm sure.
Yeah, and people say, well, $5. I say, okay, go to McDonald's and have breakfast for $5, and then let's talk. And they're like, oh, okay, $10, okay. Did you know, in addition, we also have the manager's reception in the evening, complimentary cocktails for 2 hours.
Oh, God, yeah.
Is that worth $15 to you?
God, yeah.
So we add it all up, and when we add it all up, how much are you willing to pay for an Embassy Suites now?
I'll definitely.
$200.
Yeah, 200, yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving it to you for $175.
Yeah.
Sells itself. Seriously, I mean, but that's how you do it. Is that now, I'm not paying $200 a night for a room. Well, I'm going to give you a suite. Or, Rebecca, people at the resort, this is your vacation. What are they willing to pay for more?
Kid care? Child care?
No, the amenities in the room. Oh, in the room. Why would they pay a higher rate for a room?
Wait, why would they pay?
Beach, waterfront, view, locate, all of that. You start to break your hotel down by what are all the rooms that everybody wants, right? And what are the rooms that are not so good? And when I was at a beach resort, and people wanted high floors because they were fortunate. I mean, it was an easy sell because they were all facing the beach. But there are some hotels out there where half face the beach and half face the parking lot.
We call that resort view.
We called it garden view, even though it's a parking lot. Think there are some people out there that are willing to pay $200 for a beach view?
Absolutely.
Do you think there are people out there that are willing to pay $80 for a beach view? Yeah. Do you think they're going to get it? No. Absolutely. We can give you an $80 rate. That'll be a garden view. Well, I want the beach view. Well, if you want the beach view, it's $200. I don't want it that bad. Suites, presidential suites. Today was absolutely right. Oh, breakfast isn't included, but we have a breakfast package for $200. Right? Or we've got this, or we've got that, we've got packages. It is really, now you can say the word upsell. It's for these people who are dying to spend money, you just start throwing options out there. Oh, a free breakfast in the morning. Oh, great, I'll take it. And beach view, I'll take it. And sweet, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, here's my money. The $80 person, they're going to get the boom boom room. Anybody know what the boom boom room is?
Is it a parlor room? No.
Huh?
Is it a parlor room?
It could be a parlor room. Usually there's a room that's either by the elevator or by housekeeping. What's boom boom mean? I mean, from this side. You hear boom, boom, boom. We used to have it near the disco, the third floor, right above the disco. There were boom boom rooms. $80 rate. You want an $80 rate? Yeah. People call, hey, it's loud in here. What's your rate? We didn't really do that. We implied as such. Your rate category is for that room. If you'd like to upgrade, we'd be happy to move you, but there'll be a higher rate. That's how you say things. So do you understand price fences? Who do price fences help you get? Yes. Think about it for a second. You're correct. All right? Who do upgrades and upsells get you? Make reasons for people to spend more money. Packages, views, all those things. Here's what, in the end, you have to do as revenue manager. You have to justify the rate, either higher or lower. You have to provide a justification. For the lowers, it's the price fences, qualified this. You have to make these qualifications. Oh, here's one of the biggest qualified rates out there, and I'm surprised my hotel people haven't even brought this up. Where can you get the biggest discount? Besides employee discounts. That's a little radical to join the company and get the discount.
Employee family member discount.
Keep in mind, the lower the discount, the more you get that trade-off. You get something back. If I'm going to give you a big discount, I'm going to get something really big from you back. That's along the lines, but it is
Like
still.
just friends of like the GM and stuff like that? No?
Would it be like a group or?
Group is a part of that because what you're doing is you're buying bulk. If you bring a group in, you're bringing a bunch of people in. What do we say about buying in bulk? You can lower the price, right? But there's something else. As an individual, that might even be better than the government rate. Usually is better than the government rate. Come on, my hotel people.
Oh, no.
So you give up something really big in order to get a really cheap rate. Excellent. You are 100% right. Advanced purchase non-refundable. Who has that at their hotel? She doesn't even work at a hotel. She got it. She clips coupons though, right? When you look for rates, you look for the best rate. That is usually the best rate out there. What is an advanced purchase non-refundable? You pay for it right there. Can't cancel. Can't get your money back. So what's the trade-off? You're getting a really low rate.
But we get to keep that money.
That money is staying. So
That is our money. And when you think about things like time value of money, like if this is 2 months in advance, you get their money now, you put it in the bank, along with everybody else's and collect, interest on
And
it.
if they're a no-show, then you don't suck up that variable cost.
Absolutely correct. It's like my wife and I were talking about gift cards. Do you know how many millions and billions of dollars in gift cards go unclaimed? Millions and billions of them. That's why if you get like a $5 discount, what the companies have done, if you like Outback, in Christmas time, you guys know about Outback? What's the deal?
It's 20% free on if you buy less than $50, you get $10 free.
Yeah.
on gift cards.
Yeah. And then someone sat down and figured out, this is how much every year goes unclaimed, and it basically is 20%. And they just, they're not losing money, they just figure, well, we get this, and so we can, it's the same thing. There are times when people buy the advanced purchase, and they're unable to complete their travel, and they say, hey, I can't be there, can you give my money back? I would love to, but unfortunately the conditions were very clear that, it's a non-cancelable. Well, can I book another, can I book another time? I would love to, but the conditions under which you booked this say that this is, if you want to send someone here to take your place. So what happens to all that money that they paid you for that advance stay? How much of it goes to the bottom line? 100%. So that's that. You see the trade-offs. So if that's a really low fence. Wait a minute. It's a really high fence. People are willing to make that jump, and maybe 1 out of 100 are enabled or canceled, but that goes straight to the bottom line. Does this make sense? Yes, sir.
One thing Hilton started doing is they had like the usual 24-hour cancellation policy, but now they've upped it to where you can pay a little less, but it's a 72-hour cancellation policy. And they are making you be really harsh on that. So if you book the 72-hour and you try to cancel at the 24-hour, sorry, it's too late.
Is that with the advanced purchase?
That's just semi.
Do you know who the world's leading expert is on hotel cancellation policies? We're looking at. I did my entire dissertation on hotel cancellation policies, fairness, what guests perceive, what hotels perceive, the profitability of it. I can tell you, I really am the world, and I know it sounds like it's bragging, but I spent 3 years. And I worked at Hilton, you know, and I studied cancellation policies and what people think about it. I could literally talk 18 hours about hotel cancellation. Want me to prove it? So if you have any questions on hotel cancellation policies, I am 100% the guy in the world that knows about cancellation policies. But you are correct. They're playing with them now. And again, I could go on for hours and hours. So, but do you get the gist of this? So that if I gave you a question that was based upon this, you could give me a reasonable answer. But do you understand what revenue management is now? Because in the old days, they just set the price at $150. These people got over on the hotel, and these people went somewhere else. Revenue management now says we got rooms at $200, we got rooms at $225, we got rooms at $76. Who might be a $76 room, by the way? Based upon our lecture last week and your Rev Sim and all that. Wholesalers. They're probably going to be the ones getting that low rate, because not only do they give you, it's really what it is, a wholesaler is a group advance purchase. It's non-cancelable, you're paying for it, and it's in bulk. So they really should get your rock bottom lowest prices, because it literally is a group advance purchase non-cancelable based on the contract. And so you will probably walk into a hotel and your lowest rate, it's going to be right around here, it's going to be wholesalers. Over here might be government. You know, and you start work your way up to AAA is usually like right around here. And then your, you know, ocean views, your suites, all the way up to your presidential suite. And you set these up. Now, hidden or not hidden? Price, hidden or not hidden? On the website, do you want to put it all out there? No, why not? Don't give me any ideas. Make them work for it. Make them search for the discounts. Make them click extra clicks. Because if they're not really interested in the discount, why would you hand it to them? Why would you put it out there for them to see? Because the people in Group B, they're not looking for it. They'll just, oh, click on best available rate. That sounds good. Right? You guys know about best available rate. It's an oxymoron. It is definitely not the best available rate. It's the worst available rate other than rack rate. But hotels came together and said, oh, we'll just call it the best available rate. And people said, oh, it must be the lowest rate available. It's not. You put your bar out there, and the people in B, oh yeah, okay, $200, no problem. People in A, let me look up AAA here. Let me put in this. And that's, you know, that's why I'm sure Marriott did put your number in there, because it's like, oh man, I gotta go find my AAA card. I just booked the regular rate. Make them work for it. Make them jump the fence. Don't put it out there for them. Put your bar out there. Now, how about the group in B? Hidden or? Put it out there. Yeah, our normal rate's $200, but this week we're having a running special on our one-bedroom suites. They're $225. Huh? It's It's a deal. Such a deal. Does that answer your question? You're gonna kick your revenue manager out of the chair now and say, I know what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing with AAA rates? Are you making them put their number in? Yeah, and what's our upsells? Are we getting enough for it?
Now, what's crossing the legal line with this? Whatever you hit high rates.
Oh, we'll start that discussion next time, because we're gonna let you go. But I need to answer your question, don't I? Have you figured out by my lecture why you don't give rates to your frequent stayers? What's the answer to that?
That's selling.
A free bottle of water. Oh, well, that's worth 25. No. Who are your frequent travelers, by the way? Usually, business travelers. They care about discounted rates?
No.
In fact, let me ask you, if you're a business traveler, Thomas, would you rather have 2 free bottles of water or $25 off the rate?
And 2 free bottles of water.
Why?
Because I don't care about the $25.
You're going to personally benefit from the 2 bottles of water.
Yeah.
Are you going to personally benefit from the $25 discount?
No.
Does that answer your question of why frequent? You don't want it. That's the last people on earth that you would want to give discounts to. The last. You want to shower them with gifts. You want to give them, free breakfast. You want to do everything you can so that they will benefit personally. But discounts, first of all, they undercut your rate. We talked about rate integrity all the time, and those are your biggest customers. And they really don't even care. In fact, I'm going to tell you, I know you guys are ready to go, but who's worked the front desk before? Who's had to walk a guest before at like 11 p.m. in the evening? Who loves walking guests? Why are business travelers especially bad at walk? There are many reasons, but what's the worst? What do you usually do to compensate a walk? Yeah, you buy them a room at the other hotel. How do they benefit from that? Who benefits from that?
Nobody.
Their company. I'm even more pissed off now. Not only did my company make me travel, but now they get this room for free. And then they're really mad. Then they really want to kill somebody. I'm going to give you a great idea. You should go to your general manager immediately. Here's what you do. And this is what I used to do when I was a general manager. And we didn't walk people off. Miss Musella, I'm so sorry. We don't have a room for you. We booked accommodations at the hotel across the street. It's fine. Look, I know this is a personal inconvenience, so here's what I'm going to do for you. You can pay their rate over there, which is the same, and I'm going to pay you cash out of my drawer right now for your inconvenience. Here you go. Here's your $149, and you can just pay them over there. What happens now?
You take the money and then you put on.
You get the money. Jessica gets the money. Her company still has to pay the $149 at the Holiday Inn. Now how do you feel?
Great.
Why?
I just got $149.
I got $149. There's a lot I can do with $149. Yeah, I'm inconvenienced, but at $149 buys a lot of my goodwill.
But then aren't you, wait, so,
Oh, the accountants? Oh my God! You want to see heads explode? You can't reach into the cash drawer and pay them $149.
You took it out of petty cash?
Yes.
Where's my receipt?
Yes.
but like,
And I tell the accountants, okay, next time we walk people, you're staying that night and you're
That's
walking.
after 5 o'clock.
Yes, exactly.
But how does that,
On a weekend.
Think about this. You walk into my hotel.
It's just a mental thing.
You walk into my hotel at 11 o'clock at night, you're tired, and you're ready to go to bed. I'm sorry, I don't have your room for you. We're sending you to the Holiday Inn, but we're paying for it.
okay, you're paying for the rate and you're giving them money?
No. No,
It's
you
just a
take your
reminder.
card, you take your corporate card, and you pay the $149 over the hotel,
They would never.
and then you turn in your expense report, the company still pays the $149.
No, I mean, as a hotel person, you would just say, like, here's the money for the room.
Yes, here's the
Okay.
money for, here's what you really tell them. Here's the money to pay cash for that room. You can do that, or you can put it on your corporate card, we don't care. Here's the money, you do what you want with it. So if they wanted to, they could go over there and say, oh, yeah, I was walked, here's the $149, but 99,999 out of a million are going to keep the money, and they're going to put the cost at the Holiday Inn on the corporate card, which the corporation was expecting to pay for that room anyways, and then you've got $149 in your pocket.
So it doesn't work if it's a personal traveler then,
Not really.
unless they just.
But if it's a personal traveler, that's gonna work, because you don't give them the cash, you just pay for the room, they get a free room. They can walk me to a hotel, if I get a free night stay and it's coming out of my pocket, they can walk me, that's no problem. But if I'm a business traveler, and they can walk me and there's a free room, how do I benefit from that? I don't. The company benefits. And I'm even more pissed off now, because they made me travel, and they get a free room out of it, and I get nothing but heartache and inconvenience.
What if you're walking a third party reservation?
You gotta, there's a strategy, you have to pick who you're walking. And my first picks are one-nighters who are traveling leisure, because they're happy with we're paying for your room over the Holiday Inn. They're real happy with that. But if I have to walk a business traveler, I'm like, here's cash. Here's the cash and the amount of the room. I'm picking a one-nighter, and I'm paying him or her cash. And trust me, I've dealt with so many upset people. You want to see someone go from ready to kill you to ready to hug you, like in 1 second? Give them cash. Give them cash. Lesson over. You guys learn some stuff tonight? All right. Might want to know the chart. Might even want to go back and look at it in the book. Keep going, man. Doing well.